Dài lên, dài thao cái chặng dài nói.
Okay. Journal articles. Number 6. You're supposed to hand in journal articles. Okay. Hello again. All right. So you're going to turn in a total of 5 more things. All right. Beginning today, you need to turn in your journal article reviews. Many of you have done that. There's a stack right here. If you didn't turn them in, add them to that stack. Okay. Not the second one. Then 4 more things for your famous person. A Word document prints out. So you're supposed to write a report. Is this yours? Yeah. Right. So it should look something like this. This is your Word document. Yeah. Then you were supposed to make an oral presentation to me about the famous person. Actually, I realize that's unrealistic. I was discussing a little bit with Mrs. Ha yesterday about the schedule because we're starting to run out of time. And, hey. Okay? Now, I'm going to cancel the oral presentation because even if everybody only did 5 minutes, it still takes 6.5 hours to go through the whole class. It's not reasonable. So I'm willing to skip that part. But we're not going to skip this part. So now I want you to really make sure that you prepare a good oral presentation from your project. And we're going to have at least one guest who's going to help me evaluate your presentation. And that's Louie. And as you know, Louie's the English teacher, so she wants to make sure that you're going to do a good job on the English part. I want to make sure you're going to do a good job on the engineering part. Okay, so please be ready. Now there's 13 groups. This adds up to about 2.5 hours. 13 groups of 12 minutes per group. So we'll limit to 12 minutes. It's possible for you to go a little bit shorter. That's okay with me, but not longer. Okay, so you have to be sure you practice and make sure that you're prepared to finish in 12 minutes. Okay? You should cover these issues, right? What are you going to do? Why are you going to do it? Remember I said a big part of a proposal is that you have to convince the person who might fund it, whether it's government, private business, whatever it is, that it's useful, that it's something they should do. So make sure that you do a good job on this part. You have to describe how you're going to do it. How much is it going to cost, right? The budget part. And then the schedule. When are you going to do it? How's it going to happen? So make sure you cover those 5 things. Okay? Then you're going to hand in to me the proposal, 1 per group. It should be a Word document. This should be something like 5 to 10 pages, right? It has to be good and thorough and answer those questions. And then also a copy of the PowerPoint that the group is going to use to present. For practice for the PowerPoint, even though I canceled the oral presentation of the famous people, even though you're not going to make the presentation to me, I still want you to turn in to me the printout of the PowerPoint that you are going to use for your famous person. Okay? And that way you practice preparing the PowerPoint and I can see how you did on it. Okay, good. Any questions about this? So the end is in sight. You can see the end of the EAS 140. Okay, and actually it's not very far away because if you came to class prepared today, you should be mostly finished with these. This is at least finished, so you really just have one more thing to work on. And those presentations will be next Monday and Tuesday. Like I said, I'm going to invite Cody, and maybe some other people will also want to come, maybe some of the faculty or head of the advanced program or something like that might be interested in this. Right? You guys, we're counting on you. The old people in the world are counting on you, or the young people in the world, to make it better. You're going to have something that's going to improve something. It's going to make it somehow better, something you can't live without in the future. You're going to make it for us. Okay. So, of course, we're all really excited to come and hear your presentation on Monday or Tuesday. Yes, sir.
I would ask about resume.
Yes. Oh, good question. Yeah, we should do that one too. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, resume plus cover letter. Do that as a printout. Yeah. And I guess what we could do on this, I would like to have these three things by 1 o'clock today. These are supposed to be prepared today, right? So if you don't have it ready right now to hand in, you can come back. We meet in here in the 2:30 class, the other class, higher level languages, meets at 1 o'clock. So half of you are coming back at 1 no matter what. Even if you're not in the higher level language class, you can come back at 1 and turn these three things in. The cover letter, resume plus cover letter by Thursday. These two things you turn in at the presentation. Okay, so that's Monday. Okay? Clear? Any questions at all? This is great. So you're gonna know how to read journals. You're gonna know something about some famous people in engineering. You're gonna be ready to look for a job in engineering. You know how to do that, both by applying for a job and also by proposing to do your own work. So it's a nice package. If you do all this, you're ready. Cool. Somebody got a question? Sir? Yeah. Yeah, good question. Okay, so keep forgetting so. Let's have that one too. So and also there was the Vietnamese accreditation, right? That's another one. All right, so 7. Those can also be on Thursday. You already gave me that. I know I have some papers in the apartment. I haven't had a chance to grade them yet. So in the next couple of days, I'll be working on them. Okay. I don't know why. It's not today. Yeah. I want you to look for it. Yeah. Yeah, you can look anywhere you want. One place you can always find some advertisements is in the back of Mechanical Engineer magazine on the ASME website. Okay, any other questions? As I said, the end is in sight. You're getting close. So, yeah.
What time are you available for the testing?
Yeah, the best time to meet, see, today's Tuesday, so let's meet, yeah, what's the best time? I guess tomorrow, so I'll be here tomorrow, I'll come tomorrow, 9 o'clock, okay? Well, maybe at the end, let's do it at the end tomorrow. So let's say tomorrow at 10:30, how's that? Okay, so, yeah, please, please, come on. Honestly, why do you come if you're not interested in what I'm saying? What's the point? Explain that to me, because I don't understand it. I can't imagine that I would go to a lecture and then completely ignore the person that I came to hear. If you don't want to listen to me, just go outside, I don't care. But don't come in here and talk. That's really rude. It's rude to me, and it's rude to the people up here that are trying to listen. So don't do it. Either shut up or leave. Okay? It's ridiculous that I have to say this over and over again. You act like children. It's terrible. Now, his question is, when am I going to be available to answer questions about these assignments? I'm very flexible, so let's agree. What's reasonable? I would love to be able to respond to your emails, but I have terrible email service in the guest house. I don't know what the problem is. I keep telling the advanced program there's a problem, but nobody comes and fixes it. So yesterday I had internet for maybe about an hour. I did answer a few emails yesterday, but I think some of you have sent me other emails I haven't been able to answer. I answered some over the weekend using the hotel email in Da Nang, but for some reason I can't seem to get reliable email service in the guest house. So I still invite you, if you want, to send me an email question. I'll try to answer it. But unfortunately, I can't guarantee that I even get to read it. So I think it's good if we set up a time that we meet. And I propose that we come back here tomorrow morning, and you don't have to come. If you have a question, come here tomorrow morning. Let's say, I don't think we need to start at 9 because the questions don't take that long. So let's say, I don't know, let's say 10 o'clock or 10:30. What do you like? 10? Okay, so I will be here tomorrow at 10. I will be here tomorrow at 10 just to answer questions. Okay? If you don't have a question, you don't have to come, no problem. If you have a question, then come tomorrow at 10 and we can discuss. Okay. What else? Is there any other information I can give you to help? I view my first priority as trying to help as much as possible. I also have this other thing I'm supposed to do, which is I'm supposed to be the judge. I'm supposed to decide whether or not you've done a good job. I have to make grades and marks. So I hope when you hand all these things in, you do a really good job on them, because I would love to give everybody a high score. That would be fine with me. It makes my job as judge easier. But if you give me something and it's not so good, it makes my job harder, and probably you're not as happy when it's over either. So let's both be happy and do a good job. Okay, what else? Yeah. The deliverables? Okay. So it's a good question. The question is, on the proposal, what's the deliverables? Yeah, the deliverables are in the end, it's sort of like the grading system. That if you come and you say, I want to do this job for 6 months or 2 years or however long it is, and you want me to give you the money to do the job, what are you going to guarantee in exchange for the money? Okay? So the deliverables are what you're going to do in order for me to pay you. Okay, so let me give a simple example. If I go across the street to the restaurant and I order pho bao, we've just made an agreement. We've agreed that if they bring me pho bao and it's fine, I'm going to eat it or not. It's up to me whether I eat it or not. But I agree that I'm going to pay them in order for them to bring me pho bao. If they don't bring me pho bao, I'm not going to pay them. Or if they bring me pho ga, I'm not going to pay them. We agreed on pho bao. That's the deal. So that's a simple example. So in engineering, the thing that you're going to deliver depends on what you're proposing. So if you propose that you're going to deliver a highway between Tydoon and Hanover, for example, all right? Your deliverable is a certain size road, it's going to have a certain width. Maybe you guarantee that the surface will be smooth. Maybe you guarantee that you paint a line down the middle and lines on each side to mark the lanes. Maybe you guarantee some traffic lights. Maybe you guarantee that the sharpness of the curve will not be too much so the cars can go fast. They don't have to slow down for the curves. That's the whole point, is to go back and forth very, very quickly. So keep the road as straight as possible. Okay? So whatever it is that you plan to guarantee would be a deliverable. So as I said the other day, this is a trick. I mean, it's not simple, because in order to make the project more attractive so that the person you're asking for money wants to give you money, you should have a lot of deliverables, right? Wow, what a deal. If I go over to Club Bow and they say for 5,000 BND, we'll give you a bowl this big and it has 4 kilograms of beef, 4 kilograms of bow. Yeah, that's great, but they're not going to be in business very long, right? Because that's not reasonable on their side. So you're like that. You want to make a good deal. You want to give me a really nice bowl of Club Bow. You want to make sure I'm happy on one hand, but on the other hand, it has to be something that you can still make profit. If it costs you too much to prepare, and you don't charge me enough money, right? But on the other hand, if your price is too high, maybe I go next door and I get it from somebody else. So it's a contest. It's not easy to balance. Okay? That's why I think doing this exercise, it's good that you go through this thought process and really think about it at least one time. It's just part of practice. Like all of education is practicing to get ready for the real world. Yes, sir.
In the program, I have 6 months outside.
And which one did you have?
About the program.
The proposal? Yeah.
You give maximum is 6 months.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. 6
months.
Oh, 6 months. Yeah. I said that your project should take a minimum of 6 months. Minimum, yeah. It could be much longer if you want. But what I didn't want you to do is propose something really easy that takes too short a time. Right? I want you to think of a nice big project. Okay. So if you propose 12 hours, right? What is the deliverable? 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't want that. But what you might propose, just to use that example, maybe you propose that I bring you 2 full-size cows, and then you can make Club Bow out of the cow, right? But it's going to take me at least 6 months to grow these cows. Maybe 1 year, maybe a year and a half, something like that. So then the price, of course, has to be high enough so that after 1 year or 1.5 years, you make enough money. Right? So that's what I want. I want at least a 6 month. Yes, sir.
What about which resort happen?
This one? Yeah.
We must find three rock on one campus or another.
You can find those job announcements wherever you can find them. Okay. So you might want to look at a local newspaper, maybe look at Hanoi newspaper, look at Ho Chi Minh City newspaper, maybe look at London, look at New York, Singapore. Okay. You can also look at ASME. Talk about ASME. They have some jobs. There's another one I'll mention. Well, it's not a good one, so let me not mention that one. But there's some other professional societies we talked about through ABET. On ABET, if you remember on the ABET webpage, there's a long list of professional societies. Most of those societies have their own job listings. So you could look on any of those pages and find some jobs. That's part of the assignment for you. Part of the thing that you have to work on a little bit is to find these job offerings. Where do you find these? Okay. Yes. Sorry, say again. No. You don't have to present. Just print. Yeah, for these PowerPoints, you will print. For the PowerPoint printout, So there's a print command inside of PowerPoint. It has options. One of the options is how many slides per page. And you can choose 3. So your page would look like this. And there's a picture here, a picture here, and a picture here. And then there's room over here to do some writing. It comes out looking something like that. And that's fine. That's okay. I'm sorry, say that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the words, in the words, you should have, the words you should describe, for instance, why is this person famous? You should have a description that's maybe a couple hundred words, right, to explain it. On a PowerPoint slide, normally on a PowerPoint slide, you just have a few outline words. Well, maybe at the end of these presentations, if there's some time, we could invite you. Yeah. What you could do if you want on your PowerPoint, just for your own practice, you could try to do what the EAS 230 lectures. Put a microphone on your computer. You probably have one built in. And you can dictate the description, what you plan to say, just like the 230 lecture. And you can make your own file like the 230 lecture. Why not? It's good practice. Yeah, you can send that to me. Yeah, I'll look at it sometime. Okay. Good. Any other questions right now? So by Thursday, well, by 1 o'clock today, 3 things. By Thursday, 3 things. And then next Monday, 2 things. 1, 2, 3, 1 o'clock today. 5, 6, 7, 8. Do at, I'll say 10 o'clock. Thursday. 4 and 5. 9 on Monday. Okay. Any questions? Any more questions or comments?